Sometimes characters exist just to make us laugh. Other times, they're a lot smarter than we give them credit for. Here's every time the dumb character wasn't actually dumb. Starting with Donkey from Shrek.
You might have seen a housefly, maybe even a superfly, but I bet you ain't never seen a donkey fly.
Goddamn right.
He's easily one of the most iconic comedic relief characters in animation history. Although poor Shrek might disagree with that statement.
Stop singing!
Yeah, as much as we love Donkey, he's loud, invasive, and often annoying. But there's more to him than meets the eye.
Donkey, I'm warning you.
Who you trying to keep out? Just tell me that, Shrek. Who?
Everyone, okay?
He's the first character to push back against Shrek's whole leave me alone routine. So he keeps poking until Shrek's defenses finally crack, revealing why he hides from everyone.
People take one look at me and go, ah, help, run! A big, stupid, ugly ogre.
Well, not all people. In fact, he never really sees anyone that way, as is evident by his interesting love life.
You're just reeking of feminine beauty. What's the matter with you? You got something in your eye? Hey-oh-ho.
What starts as a ploy to avoid becoming dragon dinner turns into one of the weirdest yet most wholesome interspecies relationships in animation history.
That's why he's the GOAT!
He may not be the smartest guy in the room, but he's brimming with emotional intelligence. Unlike Hal Stewart from Megamind.
And I'd be watching you like a dingo watches a human baby. Okay, that sounded a little weird.
At first glance, this guy just seems painfully socially awkward. You know, the kind of person who's clearly never had a girlfriend and becomes aggressively persistent the moment he likes someone. Case in point.
Cool. So Thursday? Soft Thursday?
Good night, Hal.
That's a soft yes on Thursday.
What makes you think that?
Yikes. But then, Megamind gives him superpowers, turning him into Titan. And, well, it doesn't seem like the loser part's changed much at first.
I should just rescue you a few times before we get all romantic. Whoops! Save ya!
This guy has godlike abilities, and instead of doing anything useful, he's out here trying to impress a woman. It's only after Roxanne rejects him, though, that the tone shifts.
I know there's still good in you, Hal.
You're so naive, Roxy. You see the good in everybody, even when it's not there.
Wow. Imagine hearing one no from a woman and then immediately deciding the whole city deserves to burn. On a villain level, however, this is where he actually starts showing a different side to himself.
Pretty sneaky, sis. But there's only one person I know who calls this town Monstrosity.
Oops. The simple tricks of the past, therefore, stop working on Titan. He fully commits to the bad guy role, and he does it well. At the end of the day, Hal wanted the world to take him seriously. Mater, on the other hand, is just fine being the butt of everyone's jokes.
My name's Mater. Mater? Yeah, like Mater, but without the tuh.
He's the perfect image of the lovable village idiot. At first, it feels like his entire purpose is to be Lightning McQueen's best friend and laugh at his own jokes. And this seems to be the only thing he excels at.
There ain't no need to watch where I'm going. Just need to know where I've been.
Mater is the self-proclaimed world's best backwards driver. While everyone else in Cars is obsessed with fame and speed, Mater is completely comfortable with who he is. And you'd think that confidence comes from having no real talent, but that's not the case at all.
It's an old aluminum V8 with a Lucas electrical system and Whitworth bolts.
You're a goddamn genius!
That's actually not even the full extent of his intellect either. According to Cars Toon, in his past, Mater has been a doctor, a fire truck, and even a matador, among many other things. As a result, he has lived more fully than many Pixar protagonists. But at the end of the day, his heart has always been in Radiator Springs.
But as much fun as it was hanging with y'all, this is home.
He turns down a full-blown spy career just to stay with the people who accepted him. His true passion has always been being a tow truck and helping people when they get stuck. And speaking of characters who love to help others...
Want to rub my belly?
What's happening?
Yeah, Puss, our thoughts exactly. Our introduction to Perito and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is already wonky. I get that you want to be a therapy dog buddy, but please don't flash someone that you just met. And that's not even the end of his weirdness.
That sock they put me in? I grew into it. So, I got a great story and a free sweater out of it. Win-win.
Perito's so painfully optimistic, you start to wonder if he's even right in the head. And sometimes his positivity makes others cringe.
I don't believe you. That's okay, as long as you believe in yourself. Is he deranged?
But other times, he's the ray of sunshine they needed all along. And not to mention, he's surprisingly wise.
You know, I've only ever had one life, but sharing it with you and Kitty has made it pretty special.
He's the one who finally gets through to Puss about not needing more lives. In a movie full of legendary warriors and an immortal wolf, Perito is somehow the most emotionally grounded character in the room. Without a doubt, Perito is one of the happiest, go-luckiest characters I've ever come across. He never let adversity get to him. Unlike Spot from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Give me my foot! Oh, man. I'm so sorry.
What kind of villain tries to rob a place and then apologizes? From the beginning, you don't really get a strong villain vibe from Spot. I mean, he's got the ability to open portals through space, which may have been cool if he could actually control any of it, so naturally, we assume he's just there for comedic relief. I mean, even Miles Morales doesn't take him seriously.
We meet again, Spider-Man.
But that joke villain image slowly starts to crack.
Wow. The power of the multiverse in the palm of my hand.
This is the moment it clicks for him. Since the world dismissed him as a threat, he had time to experiment and use his ability to create portals for the worse. And as a result, the villain no one worries about becomes a nightmare for everyone.
I'm gonna take everything from you, like I took everything from you.
Well, nobody's laughing now, Miles. Spot is the perfect example of why underestimating someone is dangerous, because by the time you take them seriously, they may become unstoppable. But thankfully, some underestimated characters aren't out for revenge. They just want to have a good time.
2, 3, 4. Vampire girl with the fangy fangs. Hair real cute with the fangy fangs.
From the minute we see Johnny in Hotel Transylvania, he feels like a hyperactive child who's had too many energy drinks. He wanders into the hotel thinking it's the coolest costume party ever. Instead, he gets the surprise of his life.
I mean, it looks so real, like I could just put my hand right through.
Yikes, that's probably one of the worst ways to learn that monsters are real. But for someone who's never believed in monsters a day in his life, he adapts incredibly fast.
We got you, Johnny. You're going down.
Oh yeah, we'll see, maybe Wavy.
He might be an airhead, but he accidentally becomes the single biggest catalyst for change in the monster world.
Oh, come on now, dude, man. Nice.
Dracula was once terrified of humans, but then Johnny crashes the party, literally, and reminded him what fun actually feels like. No matter what life throws his way, he just shrugs and dances his way through it, and that mindset even saves their lives. This out-of-the-box thinking becomes a much-needed force of change for everyone. He may have started out as a clueless outsider, but he quickly became the heart of the monster world, which is something Po from Kung Fu Panda can relate to.
What?
What? What? What?
From the minute Oogway chooses Po as the Dragon Warrior, everyone questions his sanity, including himself. Because if this is the guy who's supposed to stop Tai Lung, the Valley better start writing their wills.
My tenders.
Yeah, he doesn't really scream the chosen one. Po himself spends half the movie convinced that he's one bad move away from being fired from his new job. But in truth, he only looks dumb because he's training using the Furious Five's method. That system was never built for him. So the moment Master Shifu switches tactics, we see a dramatic turn of events. Turns out the secret to unlocking Po's Dragon Warrior potential wasn't inner peace, it was dumplings. But his genius isn't just limited to rapidly learning Kung Fu.
There is no secret ingredient. It's just you.
Po figures out the secret of the Dragon Scroll, which is something even Master Shifu couldn't do. And somehow, that's still not the most impressive thing he's learned.
Skadoosh.
The panda everyone underestimated somehow taught himself the Wuxi fingerhold. Even the great Tai Lung and the Furious Five couldn't learn it. Oogway, therefore, wasn't just a crazy old turtle for choosing him as the Dragon Warrior. Once Po gets past his lack of trust in himself, he becomes one of the greatest kung fu masters the world has ever seen, proving once again that sometimes there's more to a dumb character than meets the eye.